Welcome back to Get Married, Stay Married. If you're hoping to build your relationship this year with your spouse, you've come to the right place to be encouraged and hopefully learn a few tips and tricks along the way. And if you're subscribing, I'd love to hear from you. Just write in the comments below, I subscribed. Now, let's get to the video. That's a big hook. And I know, I love you is amazing to say and it's amazing to hear. But this 4-word phrase is definitely harder to say and potentially more helpful. And I'll get to those 4 words in just a minute. I just need to first have a little bit of hocus pocus, a little bit of magic behind these words, because otherwise they won't perform the magic that they have in our relationship. Because at the end of the day, these are just words put together that you've heard before. Now, let's start off with, I'm a very argumentative person. For anyone who's known me for any length of time, you can definitely attest that we've gotten 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 arguments. And while I've been trying to get improvements, and I found that time and time I'm on the losing end of arguments with my wife. So oftentimes, we're already mad at each other before I can even evaluate whether this fight is even worth it. How much do I actually care? Does it even matter if I get my point? Or will my life be changed if I'm victorious in this argument? I often step back and think 2 things. Number 1, I don't care about this argument. And number 2, in my head, when I think about what Sarah's actually saying, I think, you're probably right. And there are the 4 magic words that are going to change your marriage. You're probably right. Those words are magic. And before you click off, let me explain for 30 seconds why that these are revolutionary by starting off with a quote that I read from Adam Clear that changed my life. You're probably right has become one of my favorite phrases. Whenever someone disagrees with you on a small matter, read most things, you can shrug and say, you're probably right, and move on. Not caring about winning trivial arguments saves so much time and energy. Here is a regular occurrence in my life. And before I read this quote a month or 2 ago, I would say, hey honey, don't you think it would be an amazing idea if you could get an app that when you said Lumos, it would turn on your flashlight? Wouldn't that be amazing? And Sarah, annoyed for the 100th time that I've created an app idea, would say, that's great, with not enough enthusiasm, or wouldn't J.K. Rowling sue you if you tried to make that? Then I would try and convince her how this is the next $1 million idea. And she would get annoyed, and the fight would eventually happen. It would get eventually down to, you never listen to me, or why don't you support my dreams? There are millions of these little examples over the course of our marriage, but a lot less actually recently. Now, isn't that a great idea, honey? Is followed by, you're probably right. I feel great because I'm right. I just drop the probably altogether when I hear it back to myself. And on the other side, when Sarah gets excited about something that I have no reason saying anything about, like,
hey honey, doesn't this clearly white look so much better than the simply white for our walls?
I can just hedge my bets and go with,
you're probably right.
Because it's not worth disagreeing on such a little thing. Hey honey, don't you think that this has saved us like 100 fights?
Yeah honey, you're probably right.
See, there you have it. Try this out next time, right at the beginning of a fight. We all can tell when it's about to happen, and we can pause and think, does this actually matter to me? If not, you're probably right, and move on to something else. Also, are you the expert in this field? Are you 100% sure that you're right? If not, just go with, you're probably right, and you can thank me later. That's the marriage tip for this week. I highly encourage you to try it out and let me know how it goes. Also, be a good internet tipper. Look at the likes, look at the views, just get 10% on there. And if you're gonna fight with your spouse, do it naked. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.